let's talk about probity in governance. So we would be focusing on the Nolan Committee, the 7 principles in public life, and the various committees across the world. So across the globe, the code of ethics is known by different names. For example, in UK it is called as the Ministerial Code. In US Senate it is called as Code of Conduct. It is called as Guide for Ministers in Canada. Then in Spain it is known as Code for Good Governance, and the Senior Code for Good Governance for the ministers and the senior ministers. However, this all focuses on ethics, which is the basis for your GS paper 4, and this ethics is not limited to the public life, that is, but it also deals with values, the morals, and this word ethics is derived from the Greek word ethikos, that means arising from a habit. So once the ethics are formed, it develop into a habit. So in 1964, the Committee for Prevention of Corruption was established in India. When it comes to governance, we see that the second R committee, head by Virappa Moli, was one of the committees that focused mainly on the ethics in governance and the power of righteousness and capability. So there are 4 different elements which are explained under this. First is the ethical norms, focusing that the personal interest will not be disclosed, and in order to avoid a public interest. And then there would be a mechanism to enforce the code, and the qualification and the disqualification of the public functionary from the office would be explained. Whenever we focus on ethics, there are 3 important elements. Those are culture, value, and conflict of interest. And then we have the Code of Conduct for Ministers, Civil Servants, the Prevention of Corruption Act, and Right to Information Act, that all help in smooth sailing of the governance and ensure that there is no corruption or red tapeism. The idea is to establish a standard code which can basically help correct the proper performance, also bring in measures and developmental activities, and measures against any public official who violates it. So Nolan Committee, which is one of the standard committees in the public life in United Kingdom, focused on 7 major principles. So the Nolan Committee's 7 principles of public life are very, very important. These are selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, and leadership. Similarly, in Spain, the Code of Conduct focuses again on objectivity, integrity, neutrality, responsibility, credibility, impartiality, unbiasedness, confidentiality, how much dedicated you are towards public services, is the service transparent, exemplary code of conduct, austerity, accessibility, efficiency, honesty, promoting the culture and the environment, and gender equality. So those are some of the issues which have been cited in the Code of Good Governance in Spain. Now this code of conduct applies to both the union and the center in India, and it is explained clearly that no acceptance or contribution of gifts for oneself or the family member can be done. The do's and the don'ts for civil servants have been issued in 1930 and collectively called as conduct rules, and these rules in pursuance to 1964 have been followed after the recommendations of the Santhanam Committee. And then we have that no code of ethics is prescribed for civil servants in India, but it is applicable to the ministers. So there has to be a clear-cut demarcation here. Now, what kind of institution focus on which concept? For example, the Central Vigilance Commission focuses on the Benami Transaction Prohibition Act. The CBI focuses on Corruption Act. Then you have Comptroller and Auditor General talking about right to information, and Lokpal and Lokayukt under the Criminal Procedure Code. Now, how we can enhance transparency and accountability? By minimizing the discretions at various levels, more use of IT, and more streamlined services of delivery. So through the DART and the online portals, these things can be significantly reduced. And then we also had in 2003, the General Assembly adopted the UN Convention Against Corruption, and that talks about code of conduct for the public officers. This also focuses on how the Code of Good Governance of Spain has carried out in accordance with the constitution, and the rest of the legal system easily abides to it. So citing Spain is one of the good examples. We are moving and talking about more into the probity in the governance system. So Nolan Committee, the 7 principles under Nolan Committee, very important. How the code of conducts are known by different names in different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and then as mentioned, this is one of the integral parts of your GS paper 4. We would be covering many more important topics for your GS paper 4. For case studies and discussions, refer the links below. Very important case studies have been discussed in detail there.